Welcome to Melanated and Spiritually Woke. I'm your host, Adorable Earth Angel. I'm a holistic wellness educator of 12 years with a master's in public health, energy healing of 7 years, and have been a Black female spiritual alchemist my whole life. Each week, we'll be sharing uplifting, spiritually focused wellness practices to best support you in regaining your personal power, or we'll have special guest interviews with the same intention. This show is in service to all those listening, and especially for folks of color who are seeking information to support their physical, mental, and emotional spiritual awakening. These practices will help you live your best life. Welcome back to the show. So grateful for you. If this is your first time joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. Very excited to be a part of a movement of healing and liberation for our people. If you've been listening before and you're back for more, thanks for coming back. Thanks for being a part of this journey. I know that there are tons of media and podcasts and people you could be listening to right now. And for some reason, there's a resonance and you're here. And so I'm going to be very good about being good with your time and your energy and supporting you the best way that I know how. You know, I've been on this planet for a couple of decades now. And in that, there's been a discovery around my gifts and my talents of being tapped in. Everyone, if they really dig deep, is tapped into spirit and is tapped into a deeper sense of knowing, psychic abilities, healing abilities. And it just so happens in this lifetime that my connection to that and my gift around that is heightened. And so what I've been wanting to do with this show is share that gift with my community, is share a perspective as a Black healer, as a Black cleanser, as someone who supports people in having healing journeys, and to do so in a way where I could reach as many people as possible. And that's at the heart of what we're doing here. Every week we talk about the energies that are happening right now. We will have featured guests coming soon. It's going to be exciting when we have more people. I know so many people of color, so many talented people, and it's just been around creating the stability and sustainability of being able to get these interviews. Everything that we're doing is free. This is, we're definitely, this is just out of the bottom and the kindness of hearts. This show is produced with a lot of love. The producer of the show is doing this just out of the bottom of his heart. And so everything, just bear with us as we try to improve the content and the quality and bringing in more people and more voices. But appreciating the folks that are listening and that are getting some resonance from coming back and listening. And thank you for sharing and telling your friends, because everyone deserves the right to be healthy and healed and in a frequency of joy and light. And that's really kind of what the energies of this week are about. We're right now in January. I can't believe we're already getting towards the end of January. It's kind of crazy when I think about it. I'm like, we're at the mid to the end. You know, the show is kind of set to be for, you know, you could be listening to the show in the past or the future. And we're at January 21st through the 28th, and that's the energies that we're working with. And so I'm going to be, you know, I pulled up some information about the astrology of this week. I've pulled a couple of tarot cards. I love working with tarot because it just, there's an image of what's happening. I intuitively feel like what's going on. And I marry all of these different qualities of spirituality to kind of give a bit of like a spiritual forecast. I also talk about some tools. You've heard my intro. Okay. So the energies that are kind of being promoted, recognizing that we just came through a really big portal with 2020, and either it's happened now or it will be happening soon in your life. There's this energy of having a real breakthrough. And I think people have been praying and have been seeking a really big breakthrough, a really big occurrence. It could be like, and the breakthrough that I'm feeling and leaning into is a breakthrough that isn't something that happened overnight. It's not something that you could even summarize in a sentence. It is probably years. It's probably lifetimes of challenges overcome, healing, thankless healing, right? Invisible healing, blessings that are unseen. Just you kind of putting your head down and doing the work, and it's resulting in a breakthrough, and there's a leveling up quality. And a lot of this has been in our physical lives. A lot of what this information is showing me for this week is that, the theme of this week and this month, I would say right now, is recognizing and witnessing where you've come from, and kind of the breakthrough came because there was a breakdown. Because in order to have a breakthrough, most of the time you're going to have a breakdown. And the breakdown is breaking down the trauma, breaking down the pain, breaking down the invisibilized fear that became relevant once you started moving towards your goal. And so there's the goal, and there's this newness, and there's this freshness, and there's this need to be seen and heard and live in a new identity. And this new identity took work. And the breakdown also breaks down all of the parts of your personality that are not authentic, because the breakthrough renews and allows there to be a new alchemical transformation, and it allows for there to be a new way of being in the world. And that means that there's going to be a structure within you, a new built structure. And so that's really at the heart of what today's show is about. I also really want to deeply do some work around money, finances, like how do we manifest more money? How do we energetically call that in when we haven't been in a state of abundance? I feel very strongly about money. And I think this week is, a really important money week, because we're moving away from a lot of heavy, dense Capricorn energy. The sun is going into Aquarius on the 21st. So we're starting to get into Aquarius season, which is my season, by the way, because your girl is an Aquarius. You had to know it. So happy birthday to all the Capricorns. And then now happy birthday coming up to the Aquarius people, all the beautiful Aquarius out there listening. And so this is a really good, refreshing energy, that this week is promoting us kind of stepping into this new horizon. There's been some breakdowns, there's been some breakthroughs, and wherever you're at on your journey, some people are on the other side of the breakdown. Some people are at the breakthrough. Some people are on a brand new journey towards a whole new chapter altogether, where they're at the beginning, and it's all good. It's all in divine time. This doesn't have to look like anything but your journey. There's no one to compare it to, because you know why I say that? Because the Capricorn energy would have you compare your success to others. Capricorn energy is very external, and it's very much like, well, snaps, at this age, I'm this age, I should have this, this, and this. Everyone around me has that, and that. But you have to understand that you don't know what's inside of people. You're seeing their outsides. And so there's what really complicates our ability to manifest. And I'm going to talk about money later in the show and do some energy clearing for people who want to do that. So stick with me on the show if you want some energy clearing around money. And and if that's something that we want to do frequently, we'll do a lot of that, because I want everyone who listens to the show to be balling out of control. I want you to have the bag. I want you to have your needs taken care of, and money's a great way to do that. But as I was saying before, with kind of like with the breakdown and the breakthrough, I was talking about the comparison energy that Capricorn can bring in. That's eroding into Aquarius energy, which isn't comparing anything. It's actually, Aquarius energy is really dope. And I'm not just saying that because I outed myself as an Aquarius. Aquarius energy is really great. The sun is in Aquarius. There's this there's a way to kind of be less personal about your success and to really think about a greater picture of how your success amplifies the success of your community and of your network, and how to bring other people up with you. Aquarius is all about humanitarian efforts. It's about the collective. It's about recognizing that this is bigger than you, that what happened started before you, that what happened is going to be here after you, and that you're part of a greater cog. You're a cog in this greater scene. And the best use of your energy is by disrupting any type of systems that are built up to oppress. And so the energy that we're moving into is dismantling oppression. As you think about this breakthrough that may be occurring, how can this breakthrough not just uplift you? How can it uplift those around you? How can you be a champion for the underdogs? That is the energy that this transition is really pulling to the forefront. And how can you do so in a way where you're not so emotionally invested in being the winner? That it's about everybody winning. That it's moving from a me mentality to a we mentality. That we're all in this together. And so that's the energy that's coming forth towards the beginning of this week that's coming. And it's really exciting because we've been in some really dense Capricorn energy. We had like 4 planets in Capricorn, and we have, Uranus is in Taurus, which is another earth sign. And when everything goes into earth signs, everything just feels really like slow. Like we had Mercury was in Capricorn, and no, you probably didn't hear back from anyone. And it could be hard because it's like when you're in a lot of Capricorn energy for a long time, it literally is the DMV waiting line. That is like the archetype of like Capricorn. Like when you're waiting for something important, it could feel like it's never coming. It could feel like eternity. And so if you've been feeling, like when am I going to feel these blessings? When are they coming? I'm just going to say, hold on. Let the energy start to circulate around you. Hold the light and the energy of this truth that if you've held on to your prayer and if you've really been leaning into your light and being positive, that the universe is here to reward you, that karma is real, that what we put out comes back to us. And so it's like, are you putting out good energy? And so that's actually a really good thing about Earth too, because it could be that if there's a delay in your life, and you're like in this place of like feeling maybe really negative, you actually don't want the law of attraction to be working right now because it would just attract more negative things. So it's about really checking yourself before you wreck yourself, because thinking negative thoughts are bad for your health. That was really good. I should do like law of attraction, like hip hop lyrics. That would be kind of dope, huh? If I did like some spiritual, okay, don't quit my day job. Okay, cool. Moving right along. So, so we have like, we have this really good energy. We're moving away from all this earth. Earth is really important too. We currently have 3 planets in Capricorn, earth energy. What that means in your everyday life is that, that's the energy where you could build something. That's you building an empire. That's without earth, there's no structure. There's no stability. You can't build anything. And so it's so important to have earth as a part of our process and our ability to build a new future for ourselves and for our communities. And so we need that, but we also need all the other elements, right? We need air, which is ideas and goals and thoughts and communication. And so that's the energy that is so important and vital for feeling inspired. Air is literally the energy of inspiration. And so if you've been feeling a little like uninspired lately in that, the mundane and things are just kind of staying the same, and, or maybe you are on team, hashtag breakthrough, and you had your breakthrough and you're like, okay, I'm in this fresh energy. Wherever you are right now, or wherever I'm talking to you at and from, just recognize that life is a cycle. that what goes down must come up, and what goes up must come down. And it's about having a balance and equanimity, which basically is this understanding of not needing a condition to actually matter for you to be happy. So regardless of the breakthrough or feeling broken down, like the Aquarius energy is here for us right now and is telling you, don't take anything personal. Definitely enjoy the good times. If things are working out and you're feeling great and life is moving, enjoy it, because that's what you're going to attract, more of that. And if life is feeling dense, avoid it. Avoid it in the degree that don't let it be who you are or what you are. Look for the gratitude. Look for the things that are working out for you and amplify them. And it might not feel like tomorrow things will change, but believe me, the universe has your back. Always. Even when it doesn't feel like it, the universe has your back. Things are balancing out for you. Things are working out for you. And again, with that breakdown, remember, like, every time you go for something bigger than you've ever done or anybody in your family's ever done, the breakdown is necessary to allow for all of the blocks that are connected to your success to leave. All of the blocks that are blocking your success, that are keeping them from keeping the opportunities from coming into being, they're leaving. And blocks are painful. You know, they can be very painful. They can be very dense. And that's when we're talking about these kind of more energetic landscapes. And so I'm very grateful for those of you who are requesting. I can feel a request to talk about how to get more money into this moment of your life, how to get more money into the bank account, more prosperity. And I want to devote some time to this show to talking about money. This week is a good time to talk about it again, because the energy of inspiration is in the air. We have two planets that are in fire signs, which is actually the physical energy to do the work so that we can get the bag. And then we have water, which is really important because, in order to really enjoy money, you have to have water, because water is the energy of our emotions. And so we have right now, the planets are all moving forward. And so if you're trying to get that bag, if you're trying to make sure that you feel abundant, if you need to activate a new business plan, I'm telling you, you have the green light right now. You're going to want to do it before Mercury goes backwards, which is called Mercury retrograde. Because when Mercury goes backwards, it just becomes really convoluted to activate a new project. And so right now we have a beautiful window this week and in the next coming weeks, rest of this month actually, to just get some new projects done, get the paperwork signed. If you're starting a new job or shifting into a new place of residency, get all of that squared away right now. Use the energies of all the planets moving in our favor to make that happen, because it's so important that we're making the most out of good energy. We're making the most out of times where things are working out for us, and just being able to turn something around on a dime, because there's no resistance. When things move backwards, it's about not so much moving forward. It's about going inward. Right now, this is the time to be outward, to put yourself out there, to network, to create opportunities, to connect with people who maybe you've never connected with. Because what I'm predicting is that there's a lot of success. There's a lot of success. And even as I look at the card that I pulled for this week is related to new possibilities. That's the card that I pulled. And it shows a bird soaring above the sky. And so the energy of new possibilities, new financial possibilities, new possibilities in love and in life, and calling in and manifesting and materializing these new dreams, these new seeds. This is the time to do that. And we're working with the energy of 2. Which is, and so these new possibilities have us looking at the bigger picture. Like I said earlier with this Aquarius energy, there's new possibilities. And the most important thing to recognize this week is that as these new possibilities approach you, having an open heart and open mind, but also recognizing that that what's actually really guiding the new possibilities that are coming in are your values, are what you stand for. Because it's great to have all these wonderful things come at you, but the only things that can actually stick onto you and become this next chapter are things that are for you. There's not going to be the ability to do things that aren't for you, because we're in 2020 and we still have Saturn in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn, and they're still very much connecting. And the only thing that we really have the energy, time, and ability to work on are things that are our life's work, our life's calling, the things that transform the world, the things that really bring forth the truth. And so there isn't space for anything else. And what you'll find is that everyone and everything that is not in alignment with the next chapter will start to fade from your life. And that's just, I'm not, don't shoot the messenger here, but that is what can be the truth. And that can create sadness because there's grief. There's grief. There can actually be grief in being successful. Can you believe that? Can you believe as you approach success that grief will surface? And the grief is that, why do I get to win when there's so many people who aren't winning? Why do I get to be happy and successful? And the answer is that you focused on it and you worked on it. And everybody deserves to be at a different place in their life and to have the career and the love and the health and the wealth that they deserve. And the fact of the matter is that anybody listening, you being in a place of poverty or in a place of mental instability or being happy or depressed or having anxiety or having any ailment, any physical ailment, that does not in any way make it easier for someone else in the same boat to get out of it. It's like in the law of attraction, we know that you being impoverished doesn't mean that now someone else is going to be less impoverished. That's not how this works. This is an abundant universe, and we can serve people better when we have abundance. We can serve people better when we have good health. We can serve people better when we have a good emotional connection to who we are and everyone. We could be more compassionate. We could be more generous. We could be more loving. We could be more giving of our time and energy when we're turned on to what our purpose is, what our destiny is. And so there's an opportunity to think about that altruistically with this Aquarius energy. It's like your dreams are not for you. They're for your ancestors. They're for our future generation, and they're for everyone around you. And if you can hold your life in this bigger cosmic energy, then there's the ability for more abundance to come in, because abundance loves it when we feel this when we're reciprocating to the world, when we're giving back to the world, when we're tithing to the world, in whatever way that means. When we're giving it forward, we're putting it forward to the world, then there's the opportunity for more money to come in. So that's one thing I want to say about abundance today. But I also want to do an energetic prayer for everyone who's listening. And some of you might be thinking, what is an energetic prayer? And I mean, it's a prayer, but it's also an energy healing and a clearing device that I work with. And so you don't have to do anything if you're driving or if you're folding clothes or whatever you do when you listen to this. What I'm going to do is, if I have permission, all you have to do is out loud, I invite you, if I have permission to send you this monetary prayer, all you have to do out loud is say yes 3 times. Wonderful. And so if you want to receive this prayer, then you've said yes. If you don't, you can just listen and maybe send this to someone else. Maybe you don't need this prayer. Maybe someone else needs abundance in their life. And so I'm sending this energy to those who are wanting some energy clearing around their financial situation, around their abundance, asking for the spirit of abundance, the angels, to come and be with us in this moment to support and uplift and cleanse and bless. And I'm just right now utilizing some Reiki energy, which is a form of energy healing that I'm trained in. And I'm sending this particular frequency of energy to all those who said yes, who would like to receive that. And I'm just going to say this out loud as a prayer. And if it feels good to close your eyes, then do so. If you don't have to, but just relax and just think about right now as you relax wherever you are. What does the body feel like when it's going to receive something really good? And just see if you can put your body in that state of relaxing your shoulders, of relaxing your face, and just kind of being with the idea that someone could, in any way, shape, or form, give you the sense of financial energy. That the universe itself is here for you right now to support you, and that you are worthy of everything that you are asking for. That from today, there's a new relationship with finances, with money. That money is good, it's clean, it's useful. It is essential for your growth, for your satisfaction and welfare. The money brings positive things into your life. And that the excess that you experience in life will bring you more money and more wealth for you and everyone who's around you. That you deserve to be successful and have lots of money. That money is your friend, and that the value of your investments will grow every single day. Money and success follow you here and now and forever. And that money and and we also want to ask your ancestors who've had difficulties due to shortage and poverty to be blessed, and to bless you and to let you live a life that's different. We want to ask your ancestors who had abundance and success to inspire you and to uplift you and to give you all of the hope that you need and support that you need to have the breakthrough. And it is done. And to just be with the resonance, to be still, and to feel the frequency of what it feels like to believe in your ability to be an abundant person. And just think of all of the lives that you can change in having all of your needs met. How many more people you can activate and uplift with this mindset. And that is everything. That we are valuable. That we are valuable beyond measure. And that when we're having this need to feel success and finance grow, what we're feeling and leaning into is our ability to take back our power and to take back the things that were taken. And within the taking, so much trauma and emotional turmoil are seated. And so look at it this way. Anytime you feel uncomfortable or you feel really challenged, you feel anxiety or depression, what you're feeling is those seeds of turmoil. But what you're also able to do is to heal and to move through them and to be in this new inspired path that is only yours to live. And as I mentioned before, if you're listening to this, chances are you get it. You get that you have to do what you're here to do. And that the only way you can do what you're here to do is if you allow yourself to stay on this river called life and have your spiritual tools. And every show I'm going to say it because it's so important. The ways in which I've experienced financial success on my path and the ways in which I've experienced peace and joy and happiness and bliss have been through my ability to have spiritual tools. Without spiritual tools, I probably wouldn't even be alive right now. It's that real. Because the trauma was so real. And I know I'm talking to somebody today. I know somebody needs to hear this. Turning this into church, but somebody needs to hear that. Somebody needs to hear that. Somebody needs to hear that the only way that you can get through, the only way to get past something is through it. And the only way to get through it is to have the tools to keep you safe and healthy. Because as you go into the eye of the storm, and come out the other side, you want to do so. You want to have your breakthrough in a way that keeps you safe and sane and makes you for the better. And so I'm just really blessed in having you listen in. Thank you for your time and your attention. If you think this message could help someone in your life, please share. Please share this message. Please connect with me and stay connected with me. I'm on Instagram as Adorable Earth Angel. Would love to friend you. Please DM me and talk to me. Let me know what you like about the show, what you want to hear more about. And let's just continue to build up and bless this new year, this 2020 new year, and really get the bag, right? Peace and blessings, and I'll speak to you next week.